So I have a legend in here. I have a really, like, I would say you're a superstar.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're definitely a superstar. And we know each other for like a little bit of time now.
Been a little smooth decade or something like that.
Been a decade. I asked him to come on the show a few times. So finally now I was able to get him on here. So I'm super grateful. Yeah. And I really want to thank you for coming on. It means a lot to me.
It's the thing with me is these days it's kind of like, it's tough to even peel me out the house. You know what I'm saying? That's where it is. Once I get in the car and I get on the freeway, it's like, cool. And then of course, once I get here, now we super locked in and like, now I'm super excited about being here. But having to get up, take a shower and get ready for this is like, it seems like work. You know what I'm saying?
It is work.
Yeah. So it's like, I try to, these days I do a lot more chilling than I do working. So, you know, I space things out. So like I can really, you know, lock in on like, you know, my kids, they're out for the summer. You know how I go, everybody's teenagers for the most part. And like, so yeah, but we here, you know?
We're here. How many kids do you have?
I got 3. My oldest son just turned 21. So that is, the baby from the cover of the documentary is now a grown man, like a grown. Well, he ain't grown until I'm done taking care of him financially. Okay. And so I had a conversation with him, just to step outside of, you know, talking about the other ones. I had a conversation with him. I was like, how much longer you think like I'm gonna have to, you know, take care of you now that you're 21? Because I, you know, technically at 18, I could have been like, you know, go out, be a man. But, you know, he went to college. So, you know, college tuition is kind of hefty. He goes to, you know, Oregon University. So that's hefty. But I'm like, how much longer do you think I got with like, you know, really just taking care of you 100% financially? And he, you know, he's a good kid. He's like, is 25 cool? And so I'm like, you know, I can do 25, man. So
that's a blessing. Well, shit, I moved out when I was 16.
Yeah, you and me both.
Nobody ever took care of me.
Yeah.
I always had to take care of myself. So I don't even know what that's like.
Yeah.
Like to have a daddy.
Yeah, my dad was, you know, my dad was there and then he wasn't. He spent a lot of time in jail. You know, I was in the 80s, you know?
Yeah.
He spent a lot of time in jail. And then my mom is all the way to this day is like a super hustler. Like she gonna figure it out. I think my mom worked one like government job. She worked for the post office when I was younger.
Okay.
But even then she was like having soul food for sale during the lunch because she worked the graveyard shift. So my mom would have like, you know, oxtails and macaroni and cheese.
Whatever made
barbecue, money. Because, you know, there was like maybe two or three food trucks back then, right? But like mom's had like the soul food. So, you know, she worked at the post office downtown. So she was just always hustling. So me, you know, my dad was like not present all the time either, but I love him to death. And, you know, he died in 2018. But yeah, so I think he said one time, like one of the last time I spoke to him, he was like, it's almost your turn. And I really didn't figure out, you know, what that meant until like he passed on. I was like, shit, I'm at the top of my family tree. And it's like,
you are.
And the gray hair start coming in.
How does that feel to be like the most successful person in your bloodline?
I think that part makes me feel good, you know. It helps feed my alpha male ego, you know, and then to know that everybody looks to you, counts on you. And I mean, I do a lot for my entire family, you know, and it's cool. Sometimes it gets a little heavy because like, you know why the phone's ringing, or somebody's like, you know, hey, when you get the hey, and then you respond back like, what up? And then they ask you how your day is going. You know how it's going to end. Somebody going to need something. But for me, it's like, I don't, materialistic things of materialistic value don't really move me, right? So it's like if I got it, right, if there's nothing else in this life that I really need for myself other than like I think my next thing, the next thing I'm gonna do for myself is probably buy a boat. It could be a speedboat, it could be a little baby yacht. I don't need no big.
Where are you gonna put it?
A boat?
Yeah.
On the ocean. What do you mean? Like dock it?
Oh, like Marina Del Rey,
like Marina,
Malibu
Long Beach,
somewhere?
something like that, Malibu
Okay.
somewhere. I want a boat and I want a beach house. And I think after that, I will have like satisfied my wants and needs for this life. I just think that waking up every day with like the ocean crashing is crazy. But then even in that, I think like one day a tsunami could just rise up, wash motherfuckers out of Malibu. But you know,
who cares?
I mean,
you lived your life
care.
to the. You do?
I care if a tsunami rises up and washes me the fuck away.
But you've lived your life to the fullest.
That don't mean I'm ready to get washed up as
You're not ready?
Nah, not to be lost at sea.
No, like to be done with?
Life?
Right.
Nah, fuck no.
Fuck no? Okay.
Nah. I'm one of them guys that and you know what's crazy? Is that as many times in my life as I've actually like tried to die, you know.
How did you try? Wait, what does that mean? Try to die?
Well, number one, if you know, like where we come from, so it's like if you join a gang, like.
Oh wait, I want to ask you about that. So
right.
I'm from New York,
right?
So I grew up with an Italian mom. I didn't grow up with. I don't know what gang bang. Everyone's like, I asked people, what should I ask him about? And they kept saying, ask him about gang banging. But I'm Jewish.
Yeah.
I'm from New York. I'm from Brooklyn. I don't know, what is gang banging. Like, what is this whole gang bang? Explain it to me, because like I said, I grew up with Italians.
Gang banging started like way back with like Raymond Washington.
But what does it mean to be a gang banger?
It's just a gang. Like if you have a gang, like if you have more than, I don't know, 3 or 4 people,
okay,
and you give yourself a name, like you're a gang.
That's it?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot more to that when you're talking about, the streets and the codes and, following the law of,
So it's kind of like universal. It's just named differently in every state?
I don't know. I think California, per se, like even with the Spanish gangs, you got, Sorteños, you got Norteños, and what that is like South and North. And then that's just from the Bay to San Diego. But, also, from, Los Angeles, from a Los Angeles standpoint, you got 1,000 gangs out here, Crips and Bloods, a lot of Mexican gangs. And it's all, I think like where it gets tricky out here is that we a few blocks from the next gang. You know what I'm saying? Everyone is. And so you got Blood squeezed in right here, and then it's just Crips around the corner. Then you got essays around the corner. And
they don't fuck with each other? They
do fuck with each other. What do you mean, don't fuck with each other?
Like they got beef with each other?
Well, Crips and Bloods naturally just have beef with each other.
So how do you decide if you want to be a Crip or you want to be a Blood? Because your mom was a Crip, right?
My mom was a Crip.
And you decided to be a Blood. Was that like rebellious?
It wasn't a rebellious thing. I grew up in a predominantly Crip neighborhood for the most part in my younger childhood. My older brother Face was we got different mothers. So his grandparents stayed over in Cedar Block, which is my hood. And so I would just be over there all the time. And then as I grew up, of course, my older brother is, that's my idol. So I wanted to be like him. And the niggas from my hood that was Crips, they was, sweating me when I came back with my Bulls jacket, like, yo, Jay, what up with the Bulls jacket? And I'd be like, I knew him. We grew up as kids. So for the most part, Bird and, Leonis and niggas like that, I would just tell them niggas like, shut up, and sometimes we had to throw hands, like, Leonis, he'll watch this video and be like, he'll tell you, like, we was fighting over gang shit in like 3rd and 4th grade.
Right.
So like, imagine that 7 and 8 years old, like really going at it over some, gang affiliation shit. And then Compton is so, twisted that, as a 7-year-old or 8-year-old walking home from school, niggas that was like 19 and 20, 28 would ask you where you from still, a kid. And you had to answer. And so for most part, for the most part, growing up in that, in my household and growing up in those neighborhoods at 7 years old, you wasn't scared. These days, our 7-year-old, I wouldn't let my 7-year-old walk down no block by themselves.
Hell no.
I was walking miles, like 2-3 miles home from school.
Different time.
Through all different hoods and like, adjusting to whatever came my way. So, the LA gang culture is just a lot different.
Why do you think like these like Chris Brown, right? Like wanted to be in a gang. If you don't have to be in one, what is the point of like putting yourself in one?
I think, a lot of people, this question comes up a lot when we're talking about Chris, right? And a lot of people think like Chris is this way and he's not that way, and he's a R&B singer and he shouldn't be this and he shouldn't be that. I mean, but does an R&B singer make you not hood? Or being hood, can you not sing? And so it's like, Chris is for sure from Virginia, right, but he been out here for more than half his life.
I mean, but he's successful and rich. Like, why do you need to join a gang for?
I mean, maybe that's something that he got into just by affiliation. Like in the beginning of Chris' career, especially when he was out here, he had a lot of, homies, like some of my homies around him, and they were like, holding him down.
So like for protection?
I don't think it's for protection. I think that's holding you down. I think it's crowd control. I think it's making sure that, that you make it out of this club okay. And I mean, any type of celebrity or person of stature needs or should have some form of protection. It ain't no punk shit to have some people watching your back. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is. Right. But I'm saying for Chris, like a lot of people get him twisted. Like he
that
really
they think he's soft or something.
He ain't soft though.
Right.
I know it. Like I know it. And it's coming from me.
Yeah.
Like Chris is he gonna show up every time on some, on some hood shit. And that's just what he do. And you can't, and at a certain point, like from a certain point, at a certain point, that has to be respected.
All right. So you're about that life, Chris Brown.
You're gonna have to get Chris on here,
right,
to answer for itself. But for me, speaking about Chris and his affiliation to the Bloods, like he affiliated and he gonna stand on business about it. And so who am I to question his affiliation?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hold me down.
Right.
And he got to hold himself down. But, for anybody that's watching that wanted to know from me how I felt about Chris and his ties to the Blood, I feel like it's official.
Okay. You heard it. It's official. Okay. Another thing that I've seen circulating on social media.
So before you do that, let's just have this quick conversation and let's moonwalk a little bit, right?
Okay, go ahead.
So look, just how we talked about Chris coming from Virginia and then having, Blood affiliation. Let's talk about Tupac being from New Jersey. And then going to the Bay and then coming down.
Is he from New Jersey? Or I thought he was from New York.
Tupac is from New Jersey, isn't he?
I thought he was from New York.
New York, New Jersey. I wasn't alive when Tupac was born. He older than me, right? But
right.
Tupac is from the East.
Okay.
But he died throwing up what?
West Side.
With no judgment.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like when you come from somewhere else and you adapt to the lifestyle, culture. That culture, that lifestyle, and then that culture, comforts you and lets you know it's all good.
Yeah.
And you got niggas around you that are from it and really pushing the line and they fuck with you. Who's to tell you that,
No, well, I was just saying because if you're successful, when I think of being in a gang, I think of poverty in a way.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think of you have no other option but to do that because you don't have the opportunities, let's say a Chris Brown would have, of millions of dollars and mansions. Why would you even need to be affiliated with anyone that's standing on a corner in Compton? Because
you got it twisted. You think that everything, just what you said, you connect, entry-level gangbanging, right, or gangbanging period to the street corners. But that's not necessarily, how it is, right? I feel like the police are a gang.
Okay.
I feel like the Army is a gang. I feel like the Navy is a gang. I feel like the government bodies are a gang.
Okay.
And we already established at the beginning of the conversation that, whenever you have multiple people repping one thing, it can be considered a gang. Now, there are levels to being in a gang. Gangs have leaders. When I came up, they had leaders. The leader doesn't stay at the bottom on the corner selling dope. You know how it is.
Okay.
You rise, you get money, you rise to the top, you come around, everybody respect you. Now you got the bands. And then at that point, everybody say, why you still doing this? But that it is who you are. It's like me. I'm the father of 3, right now. And, I'm still from Cedar Block. I can't ever not be from Cedar Block.
But isn't the goal to get away from that? Isn't the goal of okay, once I get to a certain point, I'm going to invest into myself or invest into something and get out of that life so I can be safe. My family could be safe. I can get away from that lifestyle.
I'm not waking up every day in Calabasas, driving all the way to Compton, asking a nigga from the opposite side of the tracks where he from. But as far as the gang and the representation, you can't it ain't no way out. I think the only way out is death. And I mean, I didn't expect to be 44. I didn't expect
So
to be
it's a life thing. It's for life.
It just is what it is. It's tatted on my neck and it goes with you until you die. But you don't wake up every day gangbanging like you did when you were.
But can these people who are Bloods too, they can reach you at any time? How does that work?
I mean, my homies, yeah, I'm reachable.
Right.
I talk to my homies, and some of them are still in the trenches, and some of them are not.
So is it are you supposed to take care of them because of the affiliation?
Number one, I'm not, here's what I don't do. I'm not taking care of any grown man. I'm not doing that. Now, giving you some game and, maybe, helping you out of, here or there if you fall on hard times, but then, showing you.
Like, is it expected or do they feel some type of like hatred towards you?
For sure. I mean, yeah, you're going to get hatred if you don't do every single thing that someone wants you to do. You know what I'm saying? I pride myself in being, like a real nigga. So I'm going to look out.
Okay.
I'm not gonna overlook out because now, like, that's like, me weaning you and you like you're not a baby. Like, I got kids to take care of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, like, as far as like grown men, I'm gonna tell you, like, when you reach out to me and you need something, I'm gonna help you once, may help you twice, but on the third time, it's like you're gonna have to help yourself. And if you get angry or you mad about that and you want to do something about it, then we're gonna have to meet head on. And that's just how it go. That's life though.
Right. Because I feel like you have, every time I've been around you, I mean, let's say 98% of the time that I've been around you, you have a lot of people around you. Like, you have like an entourage all the time. Yeah. What is that about?
It's just about me, trying my best not to leave nobody behind. That's all. And I think that, over time, though, the circle gets smaller. One day at the end of life, it'll be a period, because you'll end up, at the end of life, you end up basically by yourself, or with you and your partner. But even on that day, if y'all don't die in a crash together or, put on some New Balance and some great sweatsuits and, swallow some poison, like, you gonna probably die alone. So, I mean, it's like while you're young and while you can and if you're able, you should like, show your people a different type of lifestyle. I've taken like homies I grew up with, some that were less fortunate and some that never been out of Compton around the world. Showed them London, showed them, Ireland, showed them Africa, and Australia, same thing. So it's like, I do the best I can, but I'm only one person. And the thing about me is that I can't be pushed over or rolled over. I mean, obviously.
It's a lot to carry,
It is a lot to carry. People. Yeah.
And then you have kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then I heard you're expecting kids, twins.
Twins is, you got to stay off the internet.
Right.
Yeah. I'm expecting one child.
One child.
Yeah.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How do you feel about that?
I think about it in terms of like years, right? Like, I'm 44. So when my new child is 21, I'll be 65, right?
Right.
And that seems kind of old until you start thinking about who's 65 now, right? And so when I think about that, I think that, like, I don't know how old like Mariah Carey is, but she has to be like 10 years older than me, or Jay-Z or something like that.
Okay.
They got to be almost like, their next big birthday is probably 60. They're still out here looking young and looking cool. So it ain't that bad. But I think at the end of the day, it's new life. It's going to be a different parenting experience for when I was younger. So when I was younger, I was still hard head in the streets and, like, I don't know how I even made it to this point in my life doing the things that I was doing, but I made it. My kids are all fine, smart, straight A students and good. And so it'll just be interesting to parent at this age.
How are you able to keep like such a good relationship with your other baby? You only have one baby mom, right?
No.
You have two?
I have three.
No, I know. She's still pregnant.
Right.
Right. So you have two.
There's a baby in there. So
there's a baby in there.
It's three.
So, okay. So three. So three. One on the way.
2.5?
2.5, whatever. 3. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have two baby moms. I thought you had one because I always seen like the teacher. I don't know her name.
Yeah. Tiffany.
Tiffany. She's older than you.
She is.
And then your new baby mom that's on the way, she's a lot younger than you. So it's going to be a whole.
Yeah, she's a little bit in her 30s.
Yeah. She's in her 30s?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So how did you keep...
You tried to 20 me?
I thought she was like 25.
Yeah, nah, she in her 30s.
How were you able to keep your two baby moms? I've never heard them talk bad about you, like blast you on the internet, say anything bad about you, like nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So how were you able to keep them happy, like, through all this time?
I think that the type of parenting that we do with one another is just, for the most part, really honest and transparent, right? And then you have to become what you were when you started, right? Like friends. Like, you start as friends. You don't know, you meet somebody, you don't know them, they don't know you, and everybody's excited. And you have to try to retain the friendship aspect no matter where your relationship goes. And it's not just like with kids involved. It's just when you're in a relationship with anyone. If you can retain like being cool and being in a friendship, I think like the positivity will just have like longevity, you know? And then it's also the caliber of women or woman that I choose. I'm attracted to like independent, classy women who are not, you know, all over the internet and showing their ass and doing that. Not that there's nothing wrong with that. Like, cause I'm no one's judge. Trust me. Like I am,
right.
I've had my piece of shit moments in my life. Right. And I'm not proud of them. But I'm honest and I'm human, but I picked the type of woman that's just a classy woman. One that walks in the room and is going to demand respect and is going to be respected. And yeah, so
you planned it.
Not planned. It's just that's what I'm attracted to. Like I'm not
you planned this pregnancy.
I didn't plan. No, I didn't plan any pregnancy.
Okay.
I think Callie was my only child that was planned. And that's because her mom was just like, I want a girl and I want it now. And so she was like, it's time.
Okay.
And we got to go upstairs. And, you know,
okay. She had like the little app or whatever.
She wanted her to be a Leo. And so she was like the month that she was ovulating when she lined it up in her mind.
That's
and
crazy.
She's a school teacher, so she's smart. Yeah, she planned. Callie was my only grandchild, and she's a Leo.
Oh shit. My son's a Leo too.
Yeah, I just got off the phone before I came here with you. And my daughter was like, you know what month it is? And I'm like, it's August 1st. She's like, nah, you know what month it is.
It's birthday month.
It's my month. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, I got it. You got 20 days. She's like, it's going to come like really fast. So Dad, we need to like, you know, get on it now.
Wow.
So
I have a question. So how does it feel, right? Like you've been famous for a long time.
Yeah.
Right.
20 odd years.
So would you say that you could get any woman you want?
For the most part, I think I don't have to be famous to do that. I think that, I really feel like a huge amount of respect for all women, right? Like even hoes. I got an ample amount of respect for hoes too, because I respect the process.
Right.
And I respect how much, I respect how much fucking like into yourself you have to be to let yourself go, if that's a thing, if you can understand that. You know what I'm saying? Some women are like, oh, ain't nobody getting this. Like, you got to earn this. You got to do that.
Right,
some women are just like, I like fucking, so I'm just fucking. Now, we have become accustomed to just calling that type of woman a hoe. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, she might not be a hoe. I just say a hoe because I think if you fucking a lot of men, you're a hoe. But then some women are like, well, what if you're fucking a lot of women?
No, it's not the same. I can agree
That's what I say. It's not the same because I just feel like men are men, right? But a woman,
men are nasty.
We not all of us. You know what I'm saying? I got like super OCD. I'm super fucking clean. Like
really?
Yeah, like all the way around, from home to like health. Like yeah, like super clean.
Okay. So you use condoms?
I got a kid on the way, so
no.
Sometimes.
So how is that OCD super clean?
No. How do you have a child? Like
no, I'm just saying because I see a lot of people. They say they don't use. It's like a topic, right? Right. Like, do you use condoms or not?
Yeah, so I do use condoms, but sometimes you don't. Like it's just life. Like obviously you nasty too. You got a kid.
I'm not nasty,
but you got a kid.
I have a kid.
You didn't use condoms,
right? But I was in a relationship.
But you was nasty, being nasty,
right?
Or wait, were you? Or you just said right? I said you was being nasty. You said right.
I wasn't being nasty. I was in a relationship. Like, I've only had sex with 2 guys in 6 years, so I'm not nasty.
That is, all right, cool. So that's cool.
Okay.
You're not nasty. But could you not be in those relationships and just use protection, like, all the way through?
No. I don't think you could be in a relationship and use protection all the way through.
Why? Well, you couldn't
I've never seen
What about until you get married and then you, like, on your wedding night, you take the condom off? Who's doing that? I'm saying you could, though.
But I don't think anyone's doing that.
All right, cool. So
I'm saying if you meet a random chick, right? Are you using protection? Or are you just praying?
I don't fuck random chicks, though.
But I'm saying, okay, you being famous, but you're saying it doesn't matter if you're famous or not.
I'm saying, yo, so you know what? Your question is appropriate for the younger game. So I'll go back, you know.
But I'm saying even now you can get any woman you want. Anytime.
No, some women are like off limits for niggas like me. Some
like
women,
who?
Some
like
women,
Angelina Jolie type?
I feel like I could bag Angelina Jolie.
Really?
Right.
Now?
Brad Pitt did it, and she older.
But she's Angelina Jolie
like 50 something. Like yeah,
but she's still bad.
Hey yo,
she's still Angelina Jolie.
𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐄𝐒.
That's crazy.
No, it's not really that crazy though.
But she's 70 though.
But 𝐕𝐈𝐃 is a cool dude. But Cher look good as fuck for 70.
But no? Angelina Jolie is Angelina Jolie.
She like 50 something, right?
So you're saying you could bag Angelina?
For sure.
So I'm saying you could bag anyone then, right?
Not anyone. I can't bag Michelle Obama.
Oh come on.
What?
I mean, Michelle, I don't even think you'd want to, but I'm saying any girl you want.
Why wouldn't I want to bag Michelle Obama? She's fire. But that is our ex-president, my brother, Barack.
Right. But is that even your type?
Michelle Obama is my type.
That's your type. We said classy, independent, strong woman. Fine.
Is that not Michelle Obama?
That is.
So cool. So I can't bag Michelle Obama. I can't bag Beyonce. That's Jay-Z's wife.
Well, they're all taken, though.
So you can't bag nobody that's not taken?
But I'm saying anyone who's available.
So people that are in relationships
These are high-profile people who are in high-profile relationships. So
they get taken.
But you talk about you've talked about.
There's women that have been in relationships and been taken by the pool man or the trainer or the.
So I would say like, women, even if they want to fuck you, if they're in a relationship, they wouldn't, because you talk about it. You talk about women you've slept with. You talk about Kim Kardashian and Maya, and you name drop. So it would be scary to cheat.
I don't do that anymore. That was just, and everybody knew that anyway.
I know. I'm just saying. I've heard you name drop a lot of women.
Sure.
So I'm saying it would be scary.
A lot is a lot. But a lot is how many to you?
At least 10.
All right. So can you name 10?
Of girls you slept with?
That I've name dropped, not the girls I slept with.
Because I've watched interviews.
And do not include my kids' moms.
No.
All right, cool. Let's go.
Okay, Kim Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian, Maya.
Kind of stuck.
No, I'm not stuck. I have to think. I have to think.
All right, cool. We got time. It's your podcast.
Right. Shit. I've just heard you name drop a lot.
So 3.
No, there was more than 3. Had to be more than 3. Let's go.
You know we got all day, so it's cool.
All right. I can't think about it all.
So it wasn't a lot, because 10 is a lot and 3 is not.
But it was, it was more than 3. I just can't think it.
No, you said you know. I don't know nothing.
Okay. Well,
I know you're right about 3, but you said 10.
You don't think it's been more than 3?
The number was a lot, and I said name them, and you couldn't.
I can't right now because it's...
And you said it publicly. You publicly heard me name drop them.
I did.
But you can't name them.
Right.
But you publicly heard me name
because I'm on the spot. But I've watched some of your interviews and I've heard you name drop women that you've slept with.
All right. You got 4 yet? Number 4? Or you just want to stop there?
I just don't want to waste all our time thinking about women that you've slept with.
Okay. Well, all we got is time.
I mean, all I got is time. Do you have time?
Time for you to get to number 10? I think I got time for that. It's tough, ain't it? Not as big of a hoe as you thought. This nice gentleman over here with shirt buttoned all the way to the top. Try to call me a hoe.
I didn't try to call you a hoe.
Try to say I said that I was a hoe.
I've just heard you name drop women that you slept with.
Yeah, so we said, all right, so it's 3. It was 3. All right,
fine,
cool.
3.
Settle on 3.
Fine. 3. That's still scary.
Cool. That's not scary.
Well, I'm saying if you're in a relationship with a high profile man and I want to fuck you, I want to cheat on him.
But hey, by the way, I was in relationships with these women. Is it not like could you not guess that we had sexual relations? All 3 women that you named.
And India Love. I mean, I guess that's another one.
That's 4. But
and then the woman that's pregnant right now.
We said we wasn't doing baby.
Right. I'm not talking about her name. I'm just saying. So that's 5.
Right.
All right. So 5.
Right.
Okay.
Wait, who was 5?
Well, you didn't name drop her.
4.
4. Fine. 4.
4.
All right.
And all of those, I was like dating all of those people.
Okay.
For a significant amount of time.
You were dating Maya?
I was.
Oh, okay. But you made songs disrespecting Kim Kardashian before.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. So, I mean, I just wouldn't want that to happen to me. But
it's not happening to any woman again. But, I'm older now and I was young. And
that was like 2 years ago with Kanye. You did it with Kanye.
That audio was put with a different video. The audio didn't match anything that was going on. Nobody's mouths, nothing.
Huh?
They put old audio in a new video.
Okay, but you agreed to it, right? You were in the studio together. I was in the studio.
I saw it. I was in the studio with Kanye, listening to a different song.
Okay.
When you saw what you saw, they put old audio from like 7 years ago.
I thought you guys did it together.
No.
Okay.
But that's the internet for you.
Right.
So again, I haven't done that.
Fine.
I haven't outed anybody or pillow talked or done any of that in like damn near a decade.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, if I was in a high-profile relationship like Beyonce, like Michelle Obama, even if I wanted to cheat on them with you, I would be a little scared because you have a platform where you could tell on me. So I would think twice. So I don't think you cannot bag them. I think you can only not bag them because they're in a relationship. But because of who you are, because you are attractive too, I'm not saying you're not attractive. I think you're a very attractive guy. You can get any woman you want, right? Pretty much.
Pretty much.
So how would one in your position settle? Knowing that anytime this woman pisses you off, you can go out and get 1,000 bad bitches at any moment. Like, how can a woman keep you interested?
I think, number one, and by the way, before I answer that question, I'll go back to Kim and them and say that all of those women are very, very respectable women. And I think highly of Kim. And everything that she's done, I'm super proud that she's made it as far as she made her whole family. Same with Chloe. Chloe has, 2 children by Tristan. They seem to have it figured out. Okay. And Maya is I think she's married to herself and vegan. And she's always been vegan, by the way. But and just is into, I call it like an Erykah Badu era. You know how you got soft girl eras and all this? Erykah Badu eras when you're into yourself and you know that everything with this woman is just organically godlike. So yeah, all of those women, man, peace to them. I think it's great. God bless them.
Yeah, I wasn't saying it in a negative
God bless them. God bless them. Praise be to, whoever their gods are and whatnot.
Right.
But going back and circling back around, to settle is crazy because for me, and this has come up in almost every relationship that I've been in. It's so many beautiful women in the world that I've really found it really difficult to stay committed, stay honest. But I try, I give it my all, I try my hardest. And to this point, to this year, in my life, I've not been able to really just hone in on my most faithful capabilities. But
so you can't do it.
I didn't say I couldn't do it. I said that I'm a work in progress and I'm trying.
But it's hard.
It definitely is hard, especially in my position.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. And I didn't make myself this beautiful.
Right. But even so, I've met a lot of people in this industry, men, good looking men in this industry, that I ask them the same thing.
I don't know about that, but.
No, I'm saying, let's say a few. When I say a lot, I don't mean.
Because we already know a lot is 10.
2 or 3. Okay,
a lot is 10.
So 2 or 3, right? and they all say to me, I wish I could find that one and get married and just be with one woman. And I'm like, well, how would you do that when you have women throwing themselves at you at all times?
Yeah.
Right? Even I'm sure if you go outside and a woman sees you, she's going to stop and try to talk to you. And you have social media.
Or vice versa.
Right.
It's real tricky. And you know what? I think that with social media and the internet as a whole, I think that, I don't know if it was this many beautiful women in the world, back.
So many.
I don't know. I can't even say.
It makes me sick,
10 years back. 10 years back, I don't even think it was this many beautiful women in the world, but maybe it was the internet. We couldn't see them. But now you can see London clear as day. You can see Dubai clear as day. You can see Brazil clear as day. Mexico clear as day. To all of you guys out there, there are so many of you. So many beautiful women.
Gorgeous. Makes me sick.
Different gorgeous.
I know. I've seen it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm just what the fuck?
Why does it make you sick though?
Because I'm it's over for me. It's over.
Yeah, but you're a beautiful woman.
I know, but I'm getting older and I'm just I can't compete with a 25-year-old.
Why would you try to compete with a 25-year-old?
I'm not. I'm just saying.
How about the 25-year-old, switch that narrative around. The 25-year-old should be trying to compete with somebody. How old are you?
37.
That's... Again, for 30, you don't look 37. You could walk down the street and somebody would literally think you were 23.
No, they wouldn't. But I appreciate
it's because if they didn't think you were 23, it would be because you carry yourself like a grown woman. Right? But if you put on a backpack and walk to USC without all your makeup on and your jewelry and your Rolex, you could definitely be a college senior.
Right. What I'm saying is when I go on Instagram, because my Instagram gets my Instagram, my podcast one, I see there's a lot of people that interact with that page. And there's a lot of beautiful women that follow me. And I'm just like, fuck. Fuck. I don't even know what to do with that. Like, I wouldn't be mad if my man fucked with one of these bitches because I don't blame him.
I think the thing is this, and what you said right there is it's a pill, right? For most women, it's hard to swallow. I think that to get your man to be more faithful, and to get your man to cheat less, because we're about to get into this thing like there's women out there I've had conversations with and debates about, debates over this cheating thing, right? They say, well, not all men cheat. Yeah, I would agree with that. The men who are less inclined to cheat,
they can't
are
cheat.
the men who can't.
Yeah, they can't.
And these men are also the ones that love you and are there when you get home. Honey, I'm home. And he does everything and he blows you up and he's does everything that you think that a good man should do, but he's missing the rough around the edges. He's not that funny. He's not as cool. And so when you get with your girlfriends, you're like, yeah, we've been together for 5 years, but he's fucking boring. He's this and he's that.
It's true.
So then you get with the thug or the roughneck and you're like popping. He fucking the shit out of you and he laughing and he cool. You feel protected and you feel like I got this.
You hate him after a while.
So it's like, what do you do?
I don't know. That's why I've been single for so long.
So I was saying, as a woman coming into a relationship, you would be doing yourself a service.
Yeah.
Just not giving cheating so much power. You know what I'm saying? Not being over worried with what your man is doing when he's not around you and just letting him live his life.
You just don't want to give him a pass.
It's not a pass. It's not a pass.
Because what if he leaves you for one of these women?
It's not. Then guess what? You can't stop nobody from doing what they want to do. What?
So how can you keep a man with you like back in the day how it was?
You can in
2024.
If you are understanding. If you're understanding. If you are not naggy or annoying. A lot of women are naggy as fuck and annoying, right? Like annoying with everything. Everything you do is like they find a problem in it. And I'm not shooting down women. I've given women, I think that women are the fruit of the earth, fruit of the world. And I have the utmost respect for women. I'm just saying women do themselves a disservice when they overanalyze and nag in relationships.
Okay.
Because a man is going to run to the next best thing, which is a new situation with somebody fresh with new energy that is like, that relieves the stress.
But why would I want that?
Why would you want what?
So like if I was madly in love with you,
right?
If we were together, I was madly in love with you. Do you think like I'm a Sagittarius, you're a Sagittarius, okay? I'm open-minded, but in what, like there's no way that I would be cool with you knowing that you're with someone else. Like I would want you because I feel like you're mine. Like I want to possess you.
I am yours, and you would.
But how do I know that?
What do you mean? Because I'm yours.
How do I know?
You're doing it. You're over. I'm not.
I'm just saying.
By the way, you know that I have a mind too, and I have a brain too, and I have a heart too, right? So when you go if I'm your man, right, but I'm not me, and today you're interviewing, let's say you have YG on here, right? Right. You're interviewing YG, and I'm at home, you know that my mind could conjure up some shit, be like, yo, L up there fucking YG.
Yeah, that happens.
And then when you get home, start an argument over something that didn't happen.
I've lived that.
I know, but do you like that?
No.
Right. So when you leave, if you're with me, right?
But you're saying men are actually moving forward with the action.
I'm not saying that. I didn't say that.
Most women aren't. I'm not.
I said the thought process, right? So if me and you are in a relationship, and I see your face, so we're going to get to that in a second too. If me and you are in a relationship and I'm your man, and you go to work and you work around men, right? I don't give a fuck. I'm so invested in myself and you and the love and the trust that I have for you. I'm not thinking about what you and YG's interview today. You're going to come back home. I'm going to ask you, how was it? You're going to say, oh, he's funny. He's this, he's that.
But that's a blessing. A lot of men are not like that.
But I am. So what I'm saying is that more people, men and women, need to be like that. Stop over analyzing shit.
But if the woman is not doing anything and the man is,
I don't know that. We don't know that. And you don't know what we're doing. What I'm saying is stop over analyzing people's moves and their shit. You're doing yourself in when you do it. The thought process alone will make women go crazy.
But because you're mine. You get it?
Well, number one, let's break up mine and not mine. Right? I think that if there's no life commitment and I do mean for the most part,
like marriage,
the ceiling being marriage, right? Or a lengthy relationship. Like we've been together.
Yeah, I'm talking about a lengthy.
Let's call it 5 years.
Okay.
If you've been with somebody 5 years, you can start saying they're mine.
Okay.
Right? Before that,
they're not yours. 2 years is they're not yours?
No.
3 years they're not yours.
No one's your possession, period.
Right.
But after 5 years of somebody's life, I feel like you owe them your mind. It's been 5 years.
Fine. So 5 years, you're mine.
5 years.
Okay.
And
but after 5 years, I feel like you would have more freedom because I would know that we're locked in.
You have to. So your man is your slave. He has to earn your freedom.
No. I'm just saying, like after 5 years, like I know I'm not feeling like. I just feel like it's more of like a beginning thing. Like if you're in love with somebody in the in love doesn't last forever. I feel like in love is like a 2-year thing.
It can last forever if you make it last forever.
Has it ever lasted forever for you?
I think not. Like what? I mean, it just depends on what kind of love we're talking about.
The in love feeling. I don't think in love lasts forever.
In love can last forever. I know it can last forever.
How do you know? Who's it lasted forever for?
I mean, yeah. I just think I don't know. I think it varies from relationship to relationship.
I've never seen.
I believe in it. I believe in it. I believe in it. I believe that you don't even have to necessarily be with someone to
be in love with them.
No, you can be in love with someone and the relationship could not work and you can part ways and still be in love with them. I'm pretty sure you heard of someone missing their ex and being in a whole relationship.
For sure. Yeah, I feel like that about somebody.
But it's just like it's about you setting your boundaries and barriers and lines that cannot be crossed. And if someone crosses,
but do you think that's in love or just love?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know either. Like I think you could love someone forever, but I don't know if the in love is forever.
In love can last forever too, but it just may not align for you two because lines have been crossed and you can't, give trust back. But that doesn't make you that doesn't necessarily mean you can't be in love with somebody. All right. When people are distrustful or dishonest or they break your heart, then yes, the love dies down a little bit. But if you really love that person, you can still be in love with them because in love has levels as well. Right.
Right.
Like you could be madly in love or you could just be a little bit in love, but it's still in love with that person.
Right.
Right. So we just think in love is just one thing and there's no ceiling and there's no floor to it. But love is like tricky, right? Like it really is.
Right.
So, I mean, it just, like I said, it varies from person to person.
Have you ever been alone where you're not dating?
Alone?
Like because you get so many women. Are you always like talking to somebody?
I think the times that I've been single, there was always like
somebody
to kick it with and chill with. But that's cool though, because and then other times for a short span of like maybe a month or two, like I just rocked dolo and
a month or two.
A month or two,
that's
like took myself to dinner by myself or went to the movies and saw a movie and kind of felt
yourself?
Yeah, it's chill. I fuck with myself heavy. To do those type of things, you got to really your self-awareness, self-confidence has to be through the roof, and mine's is. So,
do you think 2 stars can be in one relationship?
2?
Yeah.
2 stars? Like Jay-Z and Beyonce?
Yeah. Do you think that works?
I think it works. I think it's easier.
Okay.
Because both people are busy.
Right.
Right. And then you already know what spending time apart does. It makes you miss your person more than a person you see every day.
Right.
A person you see every day is naturally going to get on your nerves a little bit, just a little bit, because you're around each other too much. Right? But if you are going this way and that way in life and then you're meeting back up at the middle when work is done, it's dope.
Yeah.
That's why, that's why marriages and relationships worked back in the day, because a man would get up and be gone for 8 to 10 hours a day, like working hard for the family. And the wife would be at home homemaking. And then he'd come home and it'd be that, honey, I'm home. And they hug. And it's like, I missed you all day. So I figure when you have a star on star relationship, and I will use Jay and Beyonce, or Cardi B and Offset or something like that. They just got
divorced. She just filed for divorce.
When? Like today?
Yeah, like yesterday or today. Cardi B filed for divorce. I ain't been
on the internet today. That's crazy. Did she?
Yeah.
Cardi B filed for divorce from Offset.
Yes.
Damn. All right. Well, that's news to me.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that I think it's easier than, I don't know. I'm conflicted because I just thought about being a star and being with somebody normal, because I've obviously done that.
Because both of you have so many options that if one pisses each other off, you could just be like, fuck you. I have like 10 others just like you.
But you're making it seem like normal beautiful people, and when I say beautiful, I mean inside and out.
Okay.
Normal, beautiful people don't have options. Everyone got an option. When you are a star in your own right? I know you, and you know a lot of people, and a lot of people know you.
Right.
So you're a celebrity.
I'm not really a celebrity.
Whatever. Like we said everything has a floor and a ceiling.
Right. There's a spectrum.
Right? So you're not Kim Kardashian.
I'm like a D-list celebrity.
It doesn't matter what
Fine.
list, you're on a list,
Fine.
right? People know you,
right?
And then more people are going to know you because your podcast is doing great, and I'm here, and so boom, we're going to have some traffic.
Right.
But, so yeah, I think that, I don't know. I think it's just two sides to that coin, man. I think that when a star is with a normal person, it can be beautiful. And I think that that factor that I talked about with Jay and Beyonce.
A star with a normal person can be beautiful
as well.
But you don't think that normal person is going to be having like crazy insecurities all the time?
I think that goes to the person. Are you an insecure person? Period. I think that having a celebrity boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife adds significantly to an insecure deposit within oneself. But I think if you are a strong woman, you just this is who my man is, and I'm gonna support that, and I'm good. And you also, by the way, have a choice at the very beginning, to not date a celebrity. You can go for a regular guy, but let's not act like regular guys don't do motherfuckers in as well. So
right, it's hard.
It is. Life is hard.
It's difficult.
Relationships are hard. Parenting gets tough.
God.
Everything is tough. Getting your podcast off the ground can be tough in the beginning, but you're 50 episodes in and rising. So but look, think about how you were on your first episode. You didn't know really what to do or how it was going to go, or you didn't even know that you would be at a point where you were interviewing A-list celebrities. But here we are. So I'm saying everything has a beginning, and you just got to kind of stick in it. And that's what people don't do in relationships anymore. Everybody just gives up. Everybody gives up, takes all the pictures off their page, block the other person. That's true. But I'm not really with that.
So you're ride or die?
I think I'm a ride or die friend. I think I'm a ride or die boyfriend. I think I'm a ride or die father. I think I'm a ride or die rapper, ride or die human.
Maybe it's a Sag thing.
You know what? You might have a point there. That's why they pay you the big bucks.
Yeah. I saw you yesterday smack the shit out of some pedophile. Tell me about that.
Well, I did this show to catch a predator, right? And at first I thought I didn't even know what to think. Number one, I safeguard my children, right? I safeguard them with physical protection from me, right? Being there as their father, and they know that I would give my life for theirs any day of the week, at any moment. I'm ready to go to the top.
You seem like a great dad.
I'm gonna just be honest with you, 100% honest. I only give a fuck about being alive at all because of them. That's it. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't give a fuck about shit, because I know life from the beginning to the end, and the process of life is so that all living things must perish anyway. So I wasn't out here scared to die or die. It's coming for everyone, right? One day. So I parent wholeheartedly. And the reason I put so much into parenting is because they're literally all I have. They're all I have. They're holding me together, because the type of life that I lived from the time that I was born all the way till now has been tough as shit. But, I sit here, I'm happy. I wake up every day happy, and I got all kind of shit. Motherfuckers suing falsely and doing this and doing that and all that. But it's cool. I don't even harbor no hate towards her. Just what is the resolution? Because I just can't.
Why didn't you go to the court thing?
That was the fucked up part of it. If I'd have went to the court
or sent a lawyer, paid $1,500
I had an orthodontic surgery. Right?
Okay.
And I thought that would be, that would, suffice, but it didn't.
Why you couldn't show up to court?
Why I couldn't get on a plane to Chicago?
But why couldn't you just? You're you. You could have just hired.
They could have just pushed it a week, but they didn't. And sometimes the powers that be don't. They don't do things in your favor.
But why would you chance that?
Because I didn't give a fuck. I was younger. This is 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I just didn't care.
And
Plus,
you can't appeal
I feel like all the appeals, we've exhausted all that. And I spent so much money in lawyer proceedings and whatnot, and fighting this thing the best way I could. And at the end of the day, man, in her heart of hearts, she knows that I didn't violate her, and she knows how much she was on me, and I still wasn't given you know, what she wanted to give.
I think it's horrific. I saw like a little clip of her talking about it from like a few years ago. And I just want to say, like, you should really, you should drop that. Like, that's fucked up. He's a good person. I know you for a long time. You've been kind to everybody. You're very like giving and loving, and you're a good person, and you don't deserve that.
Right.
So you should really like just drop that already. Like, I think it's horrific. I don't believe that you would need to take advantage of a woman, like especially you being you.
I don't need to do that.
You can get any woman you want. So nobody believes that. Yeah. I don't think anyone believes her.
Is that you know, she had a bad rap, and a lot of people were, you know, saying bad things about her, and I defended her. I defended her because I thought that I always see the good in people. And I'm not saying she's a bad person because she did this to me or is doing this to me, knowing damn well that I didn't violate her. It was really hurtful knowing that people really do that.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, it's fucked up. But at the end of the day, I just take what life throws at me. And like I said, as far as like Priscilla's concerned today.
Why that number? Like, how could it be that much?
I don't know. I thought it was super excessive. And if I did something, I'm gonna stand on it. I will stand on it, and I would have like made it right. But I didn't.
But even if you did, right? She said you didn't rape her. Whatever she accused you of is not worth $7 million.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know, man. I think that violating a woman is, I don't know. I think the price for violating a woman could be any number, to be honest. Right. In that manner. You feel like, and I'm not even trying to defend her, but let's just go inside her mind real quick, and let's use you. You're a woman.
Fine.
You're a woman. Does your vagina have a dollar amount?
No.
Or is it priceless?
My body. Yeah.
It's part of your body. It's priceless, right?
Yeah.
So let's say you felt violated by a person of stature.
Yeah.
You said it was priceless. So even $7 million, that's not what you're worth. That's not what you feel you're worth.
Yeah, but it's not rape.
But it's not a but, though. It's any violation of you, right?
Yeah.
It don't have to be rape. If somebody, hypothetically touched you inappropriately, and you already just told me that your body as a whole is priceless, then $7 million is not even enough to you, for you, about you.
Right.
So I can get her psyche. The only thing is with me and her is I did not violate her.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's the part I found it, hard to rock with. But at this point, at the end of the day, let's just like come to a happy medium, because I'm tired of this shit. Like, people, like, when they post it online in comments and shit, not that I'm deterred, that it does anything, but like, people, go in and it's like, oh, he's a rapist and he raped this and he did that to this lady and pay that lady her money, you rapist. And I mean, to me, it's not going to stop me from like, cutting my peanut butter and jelly sandwich in half and eating it or having a good day. But it's just not, I don't think it's cool at all, because that's not who I am as a person. And I don't want to use this show or this, episode of the podcast to try to like, free my name or some shit. Like, fuck that.
But it's been a lot of years.
It's been almost like 10.
And it's exhausting. And I just don't think
I think it's more financially exhausting than it is anything else. But like,
I don't think you deserve that.
I could fight it for the rest of my life. I don't deserve it, but I could fight it for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not cool. I mean, I'm cool. I don't harbor any hate. I haven't even really talked to nobody about it, right. But at this day today, I don't harbor any hate for her. I think like, God bless her and live your best life. And at the end of the day, if me and her were in a room, she knows in her heart of hearts that I didn't violate her, and I wouldn't violate her. I'm not that type of person. And I don't have to do that. I'm fucking like,
right. You don't. Yeah, you don't have to do that.
Like, my caliber of woman is like top tier. So I don't have any problem getting a woman. So it's like, that's not the thing. But yeah, moving along.
Yeah. So I hope she drops that, or you guys come to some kind of like, just finish
whatever she does, I hope that it's good for her soul at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever that is. Whatever that looks like for her.
Yeah. Okay. Another question.
Yeah.
What do you feel about these new rappers wearing nail polish? Like, I seen Drake wear nail polish. What is that about?
I think that it's expressive. I think that it gives, to me, it seems like an emulation of like punk rock, and so when I look at it from a punk rock standpoint, I mean, shit, Nirvana, 9-inch nails, fucking, like Guns N' Roses, but it trickling over to rap, it's kind of funny to me. It's not for me. I'm not painting my nails, but then again, I'm no one's judge. I can't knock somebody because they want to express themselves in a certain way. I don't do it. I wouldn't tell if my sons did it, I'd be like, yo, what we doing?
Right.
But then if my sons are over the age of 18 and, my rope has, there's a little bit more wiggle room in their lives for them and they decide that that's what they want to do. I don't have to support it. I don't have to like it, but I have to love them. So it will be their choice. And I think that every man, right, we're talking about men, grown men that are doing that, that's on them. I think that we as artists, right, or entertainers or athletes, we are role models as well. And I don't like pushing a certain thing on the youth. And I don't like what everybody's doing. Like, I'm not mad at anybody's community, right? Like, the pet community, PETA. I'm not mad at the LGB. I always get the word, the
LGBTQ.
LGBTQ. I'll be like, yeah, BLT,
Right,
but
right.
I'm not like, I think that if you want to be gay, like, be gay.
Be gay.
That's cool.
So you're saying it is kind of gay?
No. I'm not saying it's gay. I'm saying I don't rock with it. I don't rock
because
with
it's feminine.
It is a little feminine.
Yeah.
It is. Like, women paint them nails, but
right.
I'm no one's judge.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
if you do that,
it comes off kind of feminine.
We can agree that it comes off kind of feminine, but we can also agree that me and you are just two individuals with an opinion, and that the person that's painting their nails don't have to give a fuck about it.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it's just weird to me.
Yeah. But again, that's just you.
Right. That's just me.
Now the person who has the nail polish can look at you and say, I don't know why she wears hoodies. She's a girl. That's just weird to me.
Right.
Right. And so, but at the end of the day, they're not your judge. You're not their judge. So it's not for me. And I've got better with, just saying that. Like, things that are not for me just aren't for me. And things that are for other people, like, cool.
Right.
And I just keep any of my brash thoughts or disrespect, to myself, which everyone seems to do these days or not. Some people are like, outspoken about, what they don't like or dislike or hate. And me, I'm just kind of like, that's what you like to do? Yeah. All right, cool.
Yeah. I still like Drake though.
Yeah. Drake is my dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drake is my dog.
I love his music. I think. And he's Jewish and I'm Jewish. So.
And if Drake want to paint his nails, he can paint his nails,
do whatever the fuck he wants.
He Drake.
Right.
So you say Drake? Like,
it's just interesting.
Like, Drake is Drake, man.
Yeah. So another thing.
And he's a good dude.
Yeah. I've heard that.
Yeah.
Everyone says he's a great person.
He's a good person. And in this industry, there's not a lot of good people. And he happens to be at the top of the top as far as like artists are concerned, if not number one, you know what I'm saying? As far as like his accolades, everything that he's done. And he's still humble as fuck. And he's a good fucking person.
Right. So because you feel that way, right? Do you think people wanted to know, when I asked people what I should ask them, they asked me to ask you about this whole Kendrick Lamar thing, like his concert and his video, like you being from Compton and like not being at the concert or in the video. Do you think it's because your relationship with Drake and that because you fuck with Drake that you weren't there?
I think that if you had Kendrick in this room and you asked him how he felt about Game, he gonna say, I got the utmost respect for Game, for the homie. Yeah. And it's the same for him. Kendrick and Drake's beef wasn't about me. It wasn't my beef. And as far as like, the pop out, I think that Kendrick had everything that he needed for that day to be successful. It looked cool from where I was sitting. You know what I'm saying? It looked like the coast was brought together. There were artists on that stage that necessarily didn't have a stage to be on until Kendrick provided that opportunity for him. And I thought that was dope. Anytime a motherfucker is bringing the West Coast or the West Side together, like, I support that. I don't have to be there physically. I don't harbor any hate for nobody that was there. I think it's cool. Snoop wasn't there. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And Snoop is the top of the top as far as West Coast is concerned. Right. Snoop wasn't there, Game wasn't there. But when we were there, Snoop and Game were there when it was time to pass Kendrick the torch. Right. People forget about that. Right. Like, Top Dog woke me up out my sleep and said that, Kendrick is down, down at the Novo or whatever, Nokia at that time. And Snoop is coming, Dre is coming. And, we want to everybody to just show Kendrick some love and pass the torch. I got up on my bed, threw my shit on, and I was right there.
Yeah.
So when it counted for me or for him, when he needed it to count, I was there. Kendrick don't need game certification or game to show up for nothing. Like, he doing amazing for himself. And then Drake is, like I said, man, it ain't, as far as like breaking records and you know, music and catalog and longevity, like nobody can fuck with Drake when it comes to that, like in any genre, right?
Yeah.
And so their beef was their beef, and that's all it was. It was a moment in hip hop that we all appreciated. And when they were beefing, you was locked in. Yeah. I was locked in. You was waiting for the next drop. I was waiting for the next drop. Right. And so at the end of the day, I think it's good for hip hop. I think both of them are stellar fucking artists, and more power to them. But as far as me, not to cut you off, but as far as me and my presence, like, nigga, maybe I was just at home playing the motherfucking game, or maybe I was with my kids, or maybe I was at dinner with my mom. Like, what's it to whoever? Like,
right.
I wasn't there. Cool.
Right. It's people just wanted to know. Yeah,
it's all good. Like, game gon' do game. But I talked to Top Dog, you know, while all that was going on. And yeah, and the thing about, you know, me and Kendrick is it's always love. It's always love. It's always gonna be love. And then the same with Drake. Drake is like my brother. You know what I'm saying? And I talk to, you know, Drizzy a lot more than I talk to any other rapper in hip hop.
Really?
Any other rapper in hip hop. I talk to Drake like weekly. So,
wow.
So when it came like time to pick a side or do this, I don't have to do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I could just be cool with this nigga and cool with that nigga. And as long as it ain't like getting violent or out of control or no shit where I got to step in or intervene or use the powers that be, you know, from my side to make sure that niggas don't hurt each other or nothing like that. Like, you know, I'm cool. I'm just over here chilling.
Yeah.
But more power to niggas.
Yeah, for sure. I don't even, to be honest with you, from my point of view, I don't even know what it was about, like why they were beefing.
Well, the thing is that you don't have to, because it was between them.
Right.
We just enjoyed the moment, and it was a good moment.
Right.
It was one of the best rivalry, hip hop, beef, fucking moments in life. I mean, in my life, right? And I was alive when Tupac was beefing with Biggie, and they didn't make it out of that.
Yeah.
Drake and Kendrick are just fine. So, you know, it stayed on wax, and it was good to be a part of, to be alive at that time.
For sure.
Jay-Z and Nas, they still alive.
Right.
You know, so we have to learn from Biggie and Pac, and, you know, Game and 50, they still alive, and that got dangerous.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, it was good for hip hop, and it was a moment that everybody could appreciate on both sides.
For sure. You and 50 Cent still cool?
I don't say we cool, but like,
I mean, it's over because it's.
I'm not tripping. It's over. It's been a long time. It's been, you know, almost 20 years.
And people still talk about it.
Yeah, they do, because we were huge. We were the biggest thing on earth at that time. And I mean, 50 doing the shows. I watch the shows. It's all good. I'm not saying we gonna, you know, sit together and, you know, cut up a motherfucking burrito and talk about the old times. He doing him. I'm doing me. We older. And yeah, it's whatever. Or it could be whatever.
Okay.
I mean, you know, I'm from Compton. We a little different out here.
Right. So, what's next for you besides when's your baby due?
In some time.
In some time. Yeah. So, are you going to take a break from like music to be a dad?
I think that I've taken a break. I think that what I'm about to do is I think I'm about to start working on my new album. January is the 20th year anniversary of the documentary.
Oh, wow. 2005
to 2025.
Wow.
So me and Jonathan Mannion, which is the photographer known for a lot of dope hip hop shit. The DMX cover with the blood, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood, that, and Reasonable Doubt with Jay. Jonathan took those pictures. He did the picture of Harlem on the cover of the documentary. So we thinking about
recreating that?
Not recreating, but doing something with my legacy and honoring the 20th year anniversary. And I don't know if it's going to be a pop-up, you know, little art show, museum type of thing where you can see all of the photos that he took, or if we're doing a new album and new pictures, but we got something up. But I'm definitely going to start the new album. And I haven't told anybody that, but yeah, documentary 3. I'm going to go in hard, and I'm going to drop it on the same day that the other one dropped.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
That's dope. Congratulations.
Yeah.
20 years.
I'm up for the challenge. It's going to be tough.
Wow. 20 years. That's
time.
That's a long time.
Super long.
How does it feel?
I think my biggest accolade is being alive. still.
Yeah.
Because I swear I should have died 10 times by now with all the shit that I was mixed up in from the time I started gangbanging to the time that I, got into music. And I think my life got more dangerous when I got in music.
Really?
I went through more shit. Yeah.
Because of all the beefs.
Right. So, but I'm here.
Now you're in Calabasas just chilling.
Yeah, for the most part. We got a few different, houses, but Calabasas is the hub.
How's what's Lola? What's her name? Your assistant. What's her name again?
Oh, Lolo.
Lolo.
Yeah, she good, man. She living her best life, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Dope.
Working on her fashion, doing her.
Cool. All right, that's dope.
Yeah.
So you're dropping documentary 3.
God willing.
God willing, in January. 20 years, you're having a baby.
Yeah.
And,
well, men can't have babies, but expecting.
You're about expecting a baby.
Yeah. Well, who knows? It's 2024. Maybe men can have babies. I don't fucking know. I think I saw a man having a baby a little while ago in a magazine or something.
Yeah, it's kind of things are crazy now.
Shit, everything is crazy.
Everything is crazy.
Everything is crazy.
Okay, so last question. Do you think in today's time, in today's age, that relationships can last?
I think that I want them to.
Yeah.
That'll be my answer. I think that I want them to. I want people to get back to a point where they not giving up on each other after one argument or one fight or because he follows somebody on a social media app that is, put there as a following people platform. I think I want to stop. I think I want people to take a step back in their relationship and appreciate the person that they fell in love with and just really be honest and good to that person. Because I feel like with men, a lot of times we don't tell the truth because, number one, we don't think that women can handle it, right? That's number one. And number two, if you do, you feel like you're going to be penalized, you're going to lose that woman. So I think that women, we both have a job to do, right? The man has to be a little bit more transparent and a little bit more honest or a lot more honest. And the woman has to create the platform where her man can talk to her because as men go through a lot. As well as women do, but it's tough on men out here. And
in what way?
Well, we're always, you look at a man and you think that we're supposed to be tough and we're supposed to be hard and he's a man, he'll be all right. But no, that's not always the case. Like men go through mental health issues and break down and they do it in solitude because they feel like they don't have anyone that they could break down to. And so we are, by society standards, supposed to suck it up and get on with the day. And we do that all too often. And sometimes the release of these emotions should be a woman. And I think that women have to do a better job at being a very, very comfortable cushion of a couch soulmate type of best friend. And I think that would go above and beyond for everyone in their relationships.
Like a safe place.
Safe place for sure.
To be able to say whatever.
Yep. Be with your best friend or be alone.
Okay.
If your person is not your best friend, then you need to end it and find someone that's going to be your best friend. Because how can you go a lifetime with someone that you don't think is your absolute best friend?
I agree with that.
So that is where the long haul comes in.
Be with your best friend. I don't think you should have kids out of wedlock. Not you, but people in general. I think, a lot of people have kids out of wedlock, and I don't think that's really a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, it's not necessarily the best idea, but I don't think that's our fight. I think our fight is the love. We're not going to be able to stop nobody from fucking nobody and getting pregnant and having kids and doing that because becoming a parent has become like a thing.
Yeah.
Right? Like having a kid.
Yeah.
Like a girl will see her homegirl have a kid and go to that baby shower, then be looking at her man like, I want to be next. Like it's
I know, but they don't. For women, having kids is much different than men having the kids, and I think that, women don't understand what goes into For me, I didn't understand what went into being a mom. It's a forever, 24/7,
right,
life changing thing, and fun time is over.
That's where I give it to y'all. Like me, as good as a father as I am, and as good as a father as people think I am. I've never changed one diaper. Never. And I don't think I'm ever going to change a diaper.
Never?
Why? Yeah, never.
Why?
Because why can't you?
Because I'm tired.
Because let's get a nanny.
Right. Yeah.
Cool. So, and I can afford a nanny a night nurse, a live-in one, some living assistants.
He's the one then.
But I tried with my firstborn to like change a diaper, and the way that these diapers, you know, hold shit smells until the release of the tape is so crazy. But I felt like I got hit.
OCD.
Oh my God, I got hit by the devil. I got hit by the devil's ass.
Yeah.
The first time I opened the diaper, and I was just like, nah, never again.
Never again.
So what do you need? But so the fact that I'm not changing diapers, but I'm providing
so whatever. You're a provider.
I'm for sure a provider. I'm going to give you everything that you need as a woman to get through. A break. You want a break? Well, let's have like whoever come in, you know?
Yeah. So you're a good partner.
Right. I think I'm a great partner outside of my infidelity issues that seem to persist in my life over and over again, that I'm still a work in progress on. I'm honest.
Right. But when you are cheating or whatever, can that woman take you away from your relationship?
No, absolutely not.
Never?
No. But my caliber woman is going to end the relationship, so the lady ain't got to even take me away. I'm free now. Because women have, you know, the caliber of woman that I attract and that I'm going to be with has lines and respect levels. And if you cross them, she going to leave no matter how she feels. And that's what I said. You can still be in love, but you ain't putting up with that.
Right. Well, are you?
What?
Putting up with it?
I'm not worried about it. That's what I was trying to tell you. Take the power out of it. I'm not worried about if my woman is cheating or not.
So if you found out your woman cheated on you, you're going to stay with her?
If I love her, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure it out. First, let's ask, like, what kind of cheating is it? Like, is this somebody, or the first question should be, are you in love with this person?
Okay.
Right? Because if you're in love with them, I'm not fighting for that. I'm dipping.
Right.
Right? Like, you're in love with the person, like,
right.
Then let me allow y'all to, you know, be in love with each other. Stay in love.
So you'll walk away.
Well, for me, I'm dipping. Like, I'm dipping.
Okay.
I'm not staying if you're in love with somebody else.
Right.
That doesn't make sense for either sex, either side of, you know, male or female. It just doesn't make sense.
Have you ever taken someone back that walked away from you?
Walked away from me, or I walked away from? I've rewound the VCR a few times in my life. Yeah. Yeah, but these days, like, you know, I don't know, man. It's like, we on this journey as humans, and we don't really know. Somebody from that you loved at the wrong time of your life, or maybe you're too immature to appreciate, or not wise enough to understand what that relationship or what that person meant to you, can come back into your life later on. We see people do that all the time. Right. I see people like marrying their high school sweetheart.
So what do you say? What do you say to those people who were good, right? The good ones, not the shitty ones that left and were immature. Right. But were the good ones that got left. And now the shitty one who was immature matured and realized, oh shit, you were a good person. Right. And they were the ones in pain, right? And suffering. What do you say to that person? Like, if the person is trying to get back with them?
If you're the person that's trying to get back with them?
So, okay, let's say you left a good woman, right? Right. Or
I walked away, or she walked away.
No.
She walked away because she's the good woman.
No. You walked away.
From a good woman.
From a good woman.
To be with another woman.
To be with another woman. Or just to be
or the relationship ended, but she was good and I was just being wild.
Yeah, you were just being wild. Right. And so now, like 20 years or 10 years later, you're like, you've been with a million other women, bad bitches, this, that, and you realize like they're trash. Like this woman, even though she's not a 10 or whatever, she was like the most solid woman I ever met in my life. But she had to wait now 10 years for you to fucking grow up.
She didn't have to wait. She lived her life during that 10 years. Right? She wasn't just waiting on me for 10 years.
Right. She wasn't waiting on you. Right. So if you circle back and she's like, well, why should I take you back now? Like you had a kid with somebody else.
It's not even take you back. I think take you back has a time limit on it. Take you back is like within 12 months of you guys breaking up. Right. After 10 years, it's not even a take you back. It's want to try again. Right? Right. Yeah, it's like, let's start over. You don't even know the new me. And I don't even know the new you. Right. So, but you look good. And she gonna be like, you know, you aging well. And you gonna be like, yo, let's go to dinner. And we might have a good, different, grown up time. Right. So we're not taking each other back. We're just starting again.
So if the person's like, well, you hurt me and da-da-da-da-da, you would say like, let that go?
You have to let it go.
Yeah, they have to let it go.
Well, you have to let it go regardless of if you're going to date that person again or not, just for your own, for your own good, you know?
Yeah.
Like you have to care about yourself enough to get over things. So that's why I was saying Take Me Back has Take You Back has a 12-month. I would give it 12 months because there's still a lot of trauma and you're not over what you did. So taking somebody back, like you literally have to dig deep inside yourself and ask yourself if you really want to do that with the person that just broke your heart or broke your bond, you know?
Yeah.
And I think after a few years, it's not a take you back thing anymore. It's if you want to do it, you want to try again. So
if you met a girl, like I said, and it was the other way around, she left you. She was a great woman. She left you, had a kid with someone else, broke up with him, and then came back to you with a new child. Like she's a single mom.
Right.
What do you, because now it's like a huge topic. Oh, don't date a single mom, right?
I'm dating anybody I fall in love with. You can have,
whether you have a kid or not.
You can have 4 kids. If I love you, then I'm going to love them and I'll just add them to, what I'm doing. I mean, what I got. And
you'll accept them.
We'll be the fucking Brady Bunch if I love you.
If you love them.
Yeah, of course.
So that's a crazy thing to say, right?
I know, this is what I know. I know a lot of good men, right? That are well off financially, that are single, and we have conversations. Like a bunch of my friends, some of my friends are married and some are not. And around the board, no one is not being with nobody because they have a kid or 2 or 3.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And some of my friends have no kid, are 40 years old and have no kids. And so a good woman is just a good woman.
Right.
And if she has 3 kids and she's taking care of those 3 kids, and then you come in and she's already doing her thing, cool.
I like that answer.
Yeah, man. It's it doesn't matter for me.
I appreciate
you can have 5 motherfucking kids. If I love you, then
really,
then if I love you,
because a lot they say that.
If I love you, then these is my little people, and and we could just be a blended family. If I love you, but I have to love you.
Damn, he seems like you seem almost like perfect.
Yeah, until somebody get cheated on, now then I ain't shit.
Right.
But I'm just a man doing the best that I can.
You just have all the right answers.
I lead with my best foot every single day and just try to perfect who I am as a man in all areas of my life.
I like it.
I love it.
I love it. I do. Thank you so much for coming. Do you want to say anything else?
No. I think we covered a lot.
We covered a lot.
Chilling. I think this will be good for a lot of people for a lot of reasons. And I'm glad that I was able to do it with somebody that I know. Yeah,
I'm glad you were able to do it too. I really appreciate it so much, because I know that this will open the door for me for other people to feel comfortable to come on the show.
I think that as I've done a few podcasts and in the recent past, spread out but still all the same. I think that I'm comfortable here, and I think that anybody that comes on your show will be just as comfortable as I am, because it's like I said, it's the caliber of woman you are. And thanks. So, I think
he's always been nice to me. It's just that I was intimidated by you, because first of all, your security scared of you.
Right.
And you always had so many people around you. So I was always scared to kind of talk to you, because I'm shy.
Yeah.
Even though I podcast and shit, in real life, I'm just
I think, the entourage, the part of the entourage is I got an entourage, but I'm at the top of the top when it comes to who's tough in my entourage. And I think it's more so making sure that I protect it, because I'm a king for a lot of reasons, and I take care of a lot of people. Yeah. And some of my friends and, my group of entourage, people that exist in my entourage care a great deal about me. They love you and are not willing to,
they love you.
Let any harm come my way. So I think it's more of that than it is anything else.
When I would be at the studio, I used to just go outside and smoke with the people who'd be watching out for you. And they fucking adore you. They all adored you.
And they don't change. Same characters.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Same people, same shit.
They're like, Chuck's in a bad mood today. Just
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But these days, I was a lot then for different reasons. You know what? I didn't know how to, I didn't properly know how to manage my emotions back then, Yeah. And I think I read a lot these days, and I do a lot of meditating these days, and, I still do my, my thug shit, but I do a lot of, I'm That's why I'm the perfect guy. So I'm like both sides of the coin. It's like I open car doors and I send flowers, but I also beat your ex nigga ass and like, you know, I'm gang affiliated, but I'm also a nerd and a father, you know.
You're not a nerd.
Got a little soccer van. Well, it's a G-Wagon, but same concept.
Right.
But yeah, man, I think the last thing I'll say is that if I had to judge myself, right, and just say like, what is he? I would just say I'm a father, because that is where, that is what I take the most pride in.
Okay. That's a good
good human too.
Yeah, a good human too.
A real human. Not
real
capping,
human.
lying, and doing all that. Just a good human.
You are.
And as far as like my entourage and shit, right? Because
Yeah.
you always see me in the entourage. Who I come with today?
No one.
Just me.
Just you.
Yep.
That's like our second time alone together. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, see? We're here.
We're here.
Cheers. Water.
Cheers. You can't cheers with water. It's
You
bad luck.
You definitely. Who says that?
I swear.
Change the rules, man. Like what? Who says that?
It's a known
is
thing.
Is that the Italian mob? Is it really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we
It's Italian
didn't get your Starbucks cup.
No, it has to be alcohol.
It has to be.
It has to be alcohol or it's bad luck.
That's the Italian way.
It's an Italian way. I'm Israeli, but yeah, it's an Italian thing. I think it's like a cultural thing. Even in
You're not even Italian.
I mean, I'm kind of Italian, but it's bad
How are you
luck.
you
want me to get you a small shot?
No, I don't need no shots. I'm on my workout thing. You see me working out.
I know,
every day.
I see it.
I'm drinking water.
But you can't cheers with water.
I don't know. I think I'm changing. I think I'm switching it up, man. We just cheers with water. We're gonna see if we have bad luck.
Whatever.
We're good. It's water.
Shabbat shalom, but you're not supposed to cheers with water. It's bad luck. It's like a superstition, but it's good luck that he's even here, right? So we're gonna change. We'll change it.
Yeah.
Yeah.